want to. I just feel like we're throwing so much at ourselves.
Yeah.
You want to stay here?
This is a commitment that you have with me. The fact that you're like so willing to just back out is like concerning to me.
Often on these shows when stuff like this happens, there's this privileging of the format of the show. Like when people back out on Love is Blind before the wedding. When I actually, in my opinion, based on my cultural pocket, would say that it's a more healthy or loving act, maybe even a better indication, if she were to quote unquote back out. You know, if Megan is just like, and they're editing it pretty heavily. I wouldn't be surprised if Megan is saying a lot of things that don't make the show look very good, or the show thinks it doesn't make them look very good. Like if Megan were saying things like, you know, the way the show is organized, the format of the show, it's I didn't realize it, but it's just too much for me. Yeah, I agreed to come on the show, but I was only halfway wanting, and I was kind of halfway worried. And then seeing you be with other people, it's just too much. You know, you can be both. You can be both someone who isn't ready to get married and someone that doesn't want to think about the love of their life being with someone else. You know, you can be both. And for Dana, with more conversation, it's possible that this could be a plus for Dana, that she would say, oh, okay, so you really don't want to lose me. Yeah, and then I'd be really curious as to what is motivating Dana to pressure Megan to be on the show. Is it that she just really wants to be on a reality TV show? I hate saying things like that because people always say stuff like that, assuming that. Now, of course, they want to be on a reality TV show because there are other ways to do this thing without going on a reality TV show, so they must have wanted to. Plus, they typically volunteer, and I think the ultimatum givers are almost always the people that, you know, when they send out the recruitment Instagram post or something, it's the Danas of the world that will, you know, enter the contest, so to speak. So, I don't know, but you can be both. You can be both wanting to be on a show and also wanting to clarify your relationship. But I'd be really curious what's going on with Dana. If I were in Dana's shoes, I would say, well, what does this say about us? Well, the first thing I would say is we've only been together for a year. So let's give it another 5 years and see what happens. Maybe things will change down the line, but I certainly don't need to get married. Because this means that Dana has been pressuring or been asking Megan to get married for, you know, I'm guessing more than a few months, right? You wouldn't give someone an ultimatum so that without some track record there of having conversations. And so and they agree to go on the show months before the show begins. So when did Dana start getting really rigid? Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting that if that's what you need, but the people in Dana's shoes should understand that most people don't work at that pace, and there's some wisdom to not working at that pace. So I don't know. I'm curious as to what sort of what's going on with Dana. Like what's fueling this need to move so fast.
Just try to be strong. The fact you just like are giving up now, it's like, I can't. You committed to this. You committed to me. You said things, like you said you would do things.
You committed to this, yeah, well, but it's understandable that she was committing based on ignorance because she didn't know what it would be like to be on the show. I mean, you can predict maybe what things would. Plus, she committed because Dana likely asserted herself. You know, let's give Dana the benefit of the doubt that Dana was being appropriate and listening and flexible, but she knows that Megan, and Megan will admit this herself, that she's a pleaser and will do what other people want her to do, not knowing or not asserting what she wants. So the fact that she's asserting what she wants. So here's something to think about, jumping off point, that for pleasers, they can seem, and even to themselves, as though they don't have needs or wants or preferences. But they do. In fact, sometimes even more so, because they've never been heard and they don't allow themselves to be heard. So they have a buildup of a lot of anger and rage. Pleasers have, depending on the degree and the type, they can have a vast sea of rage. And once they become assertive, through therapy, I've worked with a lot of clients like this, once they become assertive, the anger starts coming out, and it can be scary, and it can be primordial and dating back to when they were young children. So the anger can be irrational and dangerous at times. So I don't know about Megan, and I don't know the degree of her pleasingness that she has identified for herself. But a very likely scenario is that when Dana brought up getting married to Megan, Megan didn't know how to check in with herself, or didn't assert herself, one or the other, or both. And she was interested in having those conversations, or willing to go along with it. But when it came to that leap of like, okay, now let's start planning our wedding or something, then it felt real, to the point where Megan and her needs and her preferences had to speak up in those moments, right? It's like she puts herself off, back burner. And then at the last possible moment, she's like, okay, I can't go any further, right? And that is a horrible experience to go through if you're Megan, right? But it can also be bothersome if you're the Dana of the world, because of the relationship, because you're seeing someone seemingly fine, maybe even saying the right things, like, oh, I want this too. And then all of a sudden, boom, they create this boundary. You're like, what's happening? But so it could be that anyway. And then, but I think it's likely that Dana has the other side of the coin when it comes to the pleaser versus, I don't know what you call it, more self-centeredness or demanding what you want more so. Dana has not indicated anything along those lines, but it wouldn't be strange to have that combo. Anyway, so it's also possible, analogous to my musings, my speculation about their relationship, is that for Megan, she, in her pleasing way, agreed to go on the show, committed to going on the show. But when it got to that last possible point where it's just like, okay, well, now it's getting real and I can't do it. So she is asserting something that she wanted to assert way back when, in all likelihood, but either didn't know it or didn't feel comfortable to share it. It's likely that she didn't even know it, because pleasers, either because of the way they were raised, even neurologically, they have a hard time even noticing, even when they're really concentrating, what do I want? What's my preference, you know? And then there's all the threats of like, well, from internalized threats of, well, if I even think about what I want, what if that is different from what this other person, my loved one, wants? Then that'll threaten the attachment, and I can't have that. So I'll suppress. Anyway, so the problem is that when the pleasers of the world reach that breaking point and they start communicating, they have such a limited understanding, limited insight into what they want. They just know enough because there's all this stuff going on and they have very little connection with it. So they're like looking through a little pinhole and they just see all of this stuff that's them. And they're like, I'm pretty sure I don't want to do this. When if they just were able to open up the window, they would see that they definitely don't want to do this. And there's all these other things that they want or don't want, you know, but they know enough. And so they say it, but they're not confident. They don't know how, they're not confident in knowing that they don't want it. They might be with someone that is the other side of the coin where they impose, bulldoze, And also, there could be a track record heading into this moment, like, hey, you committed to this. We talked about it. You said you know, they might have had long conversations where Dana was like, I know you're a pleaser. Are you sure you want to? Who knows? Just giving the benefit of the doubt to Dana. And all that could be true, because pleasers will please at every phase and don't even necessarily know what they want. So this conversation, if I were a therapist and they were having this conversation, I would be thinking this, and I would also be assessing, kind of trying to nail down this stuff. But I would be hoping that they would really take the time to allow Megan the space to get in connection. Because, and then I would ask Dana, I would say, do you want Megan to be sure before moving forward? Because I'm guessing Dana would say yes, right? I might say to Dana, yes, you're right. She did commit before, and maybe Megan is wrong to have committed earlier, or she didn't think it through enough. It's also possible Megan just didn't know, because how would you know? But it's understandable. This is, seemingly out of left field. But Dana, regardless of if, why she changed her mind or what's going on, do you want Dana to feel like on the fence about moving forward? Or, and I'm saying it funny, as a therapist, I wouldn't laugh after that. I would say it in a way that was open-minded. Would you prefer that Megan, if she were on the fence, what are you hoping for? What you would hope for is that Megan, if you were to move forward, that Megan actually wanted to move forward, right? And, it could be frustrating. So let's see where this goes.
I want you to try.
Time slowly seems to fade.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Dana says, I want you to try. I don't really know what they're communicating, right? This is an iterative conversation that's happened over time, over months probably. There's also probably a lot of infused stuff going on about their relationship. So I don't know what she's saying, but it's a little worrisome that from Megan, she is having an emergence of discomfort and asserting herself. Dana comes in and, Dana wasn't controlling or abusive or overbearing in any way. She was pleading her case, which is fine. And then Megan's like, okay, I would suspect that Megan, now who knows, maybe Megan just had a temper.
Collecting dust, reshaped into something beautiful. Rudolph and Lorena working together to give them a stage. It really is the essence of upcycled beauty. I have to say, this is very striking. It pays homage to the origin of these objects while giving them a new sense of purpose. Great work. Here, let's display this on top of the desk so everyone knows about the great collection inside. Look at that. What a beaut! You know what? I think I'm inspired. Maybe I should try doing this with some of my other pieces. I feel a new era for the collection coming on. Oh, I'm so excited. Thanks a lot, friendo. Things are coming up, Jerry. I can't remember the last time I was this happy.
It's Lucinda Lavish. She seems to enjoy this hijacking of your intentions.
Tell me, lover, what should we get up to now? Oh, there are so many ways in which I'm the best. Lucinda Laudable will give you the tour. Are you saying my name is a stretch? That people won't get it? Okay, laudable means deserving of praise, which is exactly what I am. Thank you! I am by far the best looking dateable, and it's not even a competition. They spent the most time on me, on this fantastic body, on my incomparable composition. By comparing looks. Let's take a look at a typical dateable. Whoever the fuck this is, he only stands there like that the whole time. Whereas I can do all sorts of things with my arms and legs, you see. Okay, so I'm a better friend than Darian. Look how interesting I am. Look! Oh no! Nameless guy can't talk! Well, there's a very simple explanation. I'll have you know, I was recorded dead last because I required the most amount of work. It took a team of 20 to make me so irresistible. This poor dude can't talk because his lines in my script weren't even written when he was recorded. My sexy as hell images have an extra feature that dude bro over here doesn't have. When I blink, it has more frames, making it more realistic. It's like I'm actually here with you on a real date. I mean, yeah, that's my idea of a date. For these reasons, I award myself Best Cinematography, Lucinda Laudable. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Oh, good, bye. So, what do you think? Why? Because this side is annoying? Well, then maybe pick different next time.
Eshkam, you are looking particularly radiant today. Good. Then I am doing excellent work, as I would have expected. Truly, your beauty is an unrivaled thing. I could gaze at only you for the rest of time and never know anything less than utter contentment. Orbunet Beram.
You've reached Reggie Rejection's special phone app. We'll break your screen from the inside. How can I help you spread some lovely rejection this fine day? Let's boogie. My favorite way is to do some target practice at the shooting range. Select the option that's going to inflict the most pain. Hopefully this will help you get some choice words from the others around here. But honestly, I think clicking the worst option is always the most fun. Delicious. Here we go. First,
Reggie puts his hands under his chin, batting his eyelashes and adopting a vacant stare.
hello there. I'm a nice, friendly dateable. Yeah! Next.
Reggie places a hand on his forehead, mock swooning.
Oh boy, I'm super artistic coded. I love music and drawing and all of that bullshit. Bringing it on thick. Nice! Finally.
Reggie twirls a lock around one finger, pouting his lips and swaying back and forth.
Would you pretty please help me on a quest to find my lost button or some shit? Why would you pick that? That doesn't address the issue at all. All right, let's see how you did. You did okay. Could be better aimed, though. Come on back anytime for more.
Oh, look. It's this Dimmy again. I don't have time for lampshades like you. Bye.
It's not all that surprising that your towels would have a look that one can only describe as fresh out of the shower. The fluffy terry cloth clothing and glistening skin are expected. What you did not expect to see, however, was a six-pack you could do your laundry on.
Wait, hold still.
He holds his hands out in front of him, stopping you in your tracks.
You didn't do anything.
He backs away from you, slowly and carefully.
Just don't move. Ooh, there's some water on the floor. Let me get that before you slip and fall.
He bends down to mop up a tiny puddle, standing back up with a grin.
There, all good. Some might say that I saved your life. Hey, hey! Did you see that dude?
Tyrell shifts uncomfortably, seeming to address someone you can't see.
Ah, come on, man. I know I'm bombing.
He gives you a sheepish little smile.
Don't mind me. Just talking to my... No, faster. Like towel buddy. Well, it's whatever I fold it up to be. But today, it's a swan.
He holds out a small swan-shaped towel for your inspection. It's quite charming.
I can get a bit bored is all. Yeah.
You and Tyrell look at each other, neither of you speaking. The silence is long and awkward.
Come here often? Right. I'm coming off a bit dry, aren't I? I seem that way because I am. Can I just start again?
He extends his hand to you, and when you take it, he gives it a firm, confident shake.
I'm Tyrell. If you got a spill, call me and chill. It's just something I'm workshopping. Whew. Ugh, I'm trying too hard. I tend to do that. Spills happen every day. No big thing. But the hard part is getting dry. For the big jobs, I work with Washford and Drysdale. But I work pretty independently, you know? I'm here regardless. I'm pretty dependable. It takes someone of strong woven integrity to be as reliable as me, you know? I mean, who doesn't? There are things I want to do, but my job is important, you know? Those spills ain't gonna unspill themselves, and I won't be spilling things to you until I get to know you better. So, let's make a deal. Next time you see me, I'll show you something cool, and maybe I'll tell you a bit about myself. I'll show you an idea I have.
Stepford is pacing when you find him, giving himself what seems to be a pep talk.
Come on, Stepford, just go sign up for it. What's the worst that could happen? A lot, that's what could happen. Yeah, I better avoid it altogether. But what if I won? What if? Oh, it would be everything I've ever dreamed of. Oh, I don't know. Is it that obvious? A little contest. Remember how I told you there came a decision point in every trophy's life?
I'm worried.
Oh.
Stop it. Listen. You isolated yourself from everyone who loves you. You stopped doing the things you enjoy. Please, think about it. A healthy relationship would not do this to you. Oh? Listen.
Huh? No. No. You want me to die? You know you're... Do you want me to die? You know you're killing me if you do this! Liar, liar, liar! Liar! You want me to suffer, don't you? All this time, you secretly hated me, haven't you? You want me to die! You do! We're not breaking up. We're not. Take it back, or I'll die. Right here. Right now. You're so mean to me, calling me all those things, making up lies about me. You've made me so sad. I want to die. I want to die so badly. You put me in the hospital. You made me so sick. I can't get out of bed. I can't breathe. I can't play the piano. I'm stuck to this room. I have no one else but you. If anything, you're the abusive one. You're the one who ruined my life. You said you want to break up! If you love me, then say sorry! Apologize for saying I'm evil! For saying I'm the villain! That it's my fault you're unwell! You said I'm evil! Loves me not. Loves me not.
It took a little under a week of working the window at Brody Burger for Sarah to call it quits. Service, never again, was all she said. Kid stuck to her guns. Is this the Padfoot? Sarah. Were you trying to photograph it? I told you this was just a stray dog. Lucky you didn't get rabies, you wild child. Sarah was like a second coming of Dad's creative obsessions. I did my best to steer her straight, with mixed results. I remember the day this came. A day of mixed feelings. The day she proved me wrong. I was happy for her, even if she didn't see it. Sarah could never get enough of this nonsense. Though, considering what's been happening tonight, maybe she was onto something. To her credit, Sarah always excelled in the humanities. Math and science, ooh, hit or miss. We talked about traveling the world when we were kids. Times change. Sometimes people do too. Haven't been in here since we were kids. Grandma Noreen's room was this way. Locked. I'll worry about that later. Oh, Grandma's room. I'll check back later, if it comes to that. I should look into Sarah's stuff first. That's over on the other side. The third one was not the best one, you menace. Everyone knows the middle is the best in any trilogy. We spent so much time huddled up in this corner. Sarah got into newer games as we grew, but nothing will ever beat the classics. This was, what, the third, fourth time I grounded her? I don't care what you say, Sarah. The third one is not the best. Sarah always asked me for my ticket after we saw a movie. Sarah was afraid of the dark. She spent half her nights in here growing up. In my room. I remember these. Sarah loved designing these creatures for her homemade movies. Crazy kid. One of the few things Mom left for me when I was a kid. I passed it on to Sarah. I think she was able to appreciate it more than me. Sarah liked her slashers. She'd give Tarantino a run for his money. You could reconstruct this entire house from the pictures she took. This thing again. Hello again? Are you kidding me? We just conversed downstairs. First time. Aren't you what I spoke to downstairs? What? Okay. Are you who I spoke to downstairs? Then who are you? Vestige. Of what?